when we are healing ourselves, like when we're operating, when we've worked on ourselves and we're operating from a healthy place, we are so necessary in the world because we are finding beauty in the ashes. That is true. We're able to go into those ashes, wallow around maybe, but when we come back, we have this thing, and we invite other people to feel safer in their emotions and in their journeys. And so I'm kind of like back to the beginning of rediscovery of, wow, in terms of my sister-in-law's death, one of my Father Mike, where I go, there's a number of friars, and I love them all for what they offer. They're very, very different personalities, but I love them all. And it's a blessing to have so many friars right there. And Father Mike had said, God uses everything, like a tragic death, losses, war. God uses everything to try and make God's presence known. And I absolutely fundamentally believe that at this point. But it's rough because, where there's so much brokenness. But I think that sometimes I really think for me as a Christian that I have a fundamental defiance that and maybe that's not true for other people, but for me, I have a fundamental defiance to not give into cynicism. I just refuse. I just will not. And so the striving is good for that because I just can't afford cynicism. It's too dangerous for me personally. But being a part of a community and a part of a faith that is hope-centered is where the healing is. I think the hope is the healing, and you sort of go around and around in that. But all of our stories, every year, it's the hope of the return, the hope of the return. And
as we conclude here, Maureen, I mean, I think you're bringing up something that's really important and a great place for us to land, because you're absolutely right that, and I think as we've revisited all these themes, listening, following, rediscovering, healing, hope is the thing that's undergirding all of it,
yeah.
and
Oh my
you
gosh.
mentioned something really important, is that there is a striving toward hope,
Yeah.
there has to be, because
Yeah.
that's almost
That's
my declaration of faith,
Yeah.
is that I'm going to keep striving toward hope, because I dare to believe that there is this God that wanted to listen to me when I was in my darkest moment, that there was this God that went looking, following me when I was lost and couldn't be found, that there is this God worth rediscovering, because God's never left me.
exactly.
Yeah, I mean, and it's like grounding it all in hope, I think, is so important, because that's something worth striving for. I sound like Samwise Gamgee. Isn't that a Lord of the Rings quote? There's good in this world, Mr. Frodo, and it's worth fighting for. Yeah. I won't do my accent.
And it's true. And I love that. I love it. Thank you so much for this, by the way, Stephen. Like I was so looking forward to talking to you, because it really is just an opportunity to ponder these things. Mary pondered things in her heart. I use the word pondering a lot, but this idea of hope, I just wrote down like hope undergirding, listening, following, rediscovering, healing. For hope to be under that is just, it's comforting to a point of, like, it's so real. It's real, but this idea of hope being under all of that, and also that it's not either or. Oh, it's okay to strive. It's okay to let go. Striving toward hope is, when I think of the things that are breaking my heart the most right now, absolutely striving toward hope is going to be what I want to choose. It is something to choose, that striving toward hope. And also it means I'm not in charge. I'm not the one I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know. It's not in my control at all, but I can still have that hope of whatever that is. And it's kind of promised in a way, like the whole idea of Lent, the whole idea of the Nativity, all of that is about hope, all of it.